Hey guys, RB the Tractor Man here, and thank you for stopping by my YouTube channel today. This is part 2 in the series where we were working on the 1942 John Deere Styled B tractor, which has had a few mechanical issues resulting in it freezing up or becoming stuck in the past couple months. If you haven't already, take a look at part 1 video. This video will continue in our efforts in getting this machine running. In the past video, we ended up tearing apart the carburetor, pre-soaking it, using the electrolysis process to clean them. I have created a separate video on the basics of electrolysis, and I recommend taking a look at that video. In the wonderful world of vlogging and YouTubing, equipment is important, and from time to time, you experience memory card corruptions or times when you thought you recorded video segments but forgot to press the record button. And this is what happened with the intro for this video, so I apologize. Off camera and after the electrolysis process, I did paint the carburetor in prep for the rebuild, and this is where we are at. Hope you enjoy the series. Leave feedback, subscribe if you haven't already, and recommend me to a friend. Alright.
Hey guys, RB Tractor Man here. Thank you for stopping by my channel. Look what we got. It's like Christmas all over again. Got our package today. We got a bunch of goodies inside. Let's tear into it and find out what projects we have ahead of us here.
A lot of luck, we got it open there. Woohoo, look at that packaging material. Look at this order, guys. Alright, we got us a boot for the 2-in. Set stuff over here. We got us a JDS 416. Aha. This would be a fuel cap for the B. Alright. We got us this, which is, woohoo, this is a Magneto for a John Deere Lyco Magneto. For a, it's a coil for the mag. Alright. Fan belt for the 2-in. This here is water pump for a 2-in. Okay, this is the most important thing. This is what we're going to work with tonight. Carburetor rebuild kit for the John Deere B. There we go. Ready to rock and roll on that. And that's it. Oh, I didn't think that was it. Okay. Got our paperwork and a couple cow licks in there. And mixed parts. These, I think, were gaskets for the mag. That's what that is. Alright. Box is empty. Till next go around. They're already pestering me to order more parts from them. If I had more money, I'd be ordering more parts. So, show you what we got going on tonight in this video. I want to go ahead and get this carburetor finished, cleaned up, and reassembled. And with any luck, we'll go ahead and get it put on the B here. We'll probably get that done tonight. And then I'm going to need to do some work with some mags. I can't remember. I think we got spark to the mag on this. I can't remember. I do know that what I have is somewhere around here. There it is. We got this mag that needs to be rebuilt, and that's what that coil's for. So we'll tear into that too. Alright, getting all situated here. So we're going to start by cleaning that up. Just trying to figure things out. So in this box is a brand new and approved fuel cap. Okay, so let me explain this fuel cap. When I restored the tractor when I was 14 years old, I chose to keep the original fuel caps. And I remember building a gasket for this. And as you can see, it is rotted out. And it's allowed moisture to get inside of the carburetor. There was actually a little bit of water in the fuel tank. So I ordered a new fuel cap for that. Now I don't use the back fuel tank on this one. I don't have the lines hooked up. So this one isn't going to matter much. But this is a water cap, not a fuel cap. So what I'm going to do is move this fuel cap back here, and we're going to use this tank primary So we'll get the new fuel cap put on there. So I think before I put it on there, and I got my handy dandy John Deere green paint out, I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and pull the old primer out. And that's not John Deere green, that's John Deere green. John Deere green, there we go. So we're gonna go ahead and paint up that cap. That way it won't rust and it'll be protected. I know the paint won't match, guys, but that's the best we can do right now. And I'm really looking at the fact that probably within a year or so, I really need to go through this unit. And the reason I say that is it needs some engine work. I put a new clutch on it last fall here. Clutch is acting really funny. And when I put the clutch in, the new pads and stuff, I noticed that the crankshaft is in really bad shape. So it's got to have a new crank. I may be able to use the crank off that other tractor, and that's what I'm thinking is that other tractor is probably going to become a parts tractor. I hate parts tractors. I want to get them all going, but sometimes you got to sacrifice one for the greater good. So I think that's going to be the case with this. But when we do that, I don't know that we're going to keep the tricycle. I may go ahead and put that wide front on this thing. That hood, you know, I think that's what's coming down the line, guys. It's all going to depend on tires. I need to get some tires bad. These tires are they're just weather chucked really bad. Surprised they're even holding air. This is actually the original tire, and I had another tire on here and it rotted out, and I got back in the shed and grabbed this tire. It's holding air, but look at that, not for long. So anyways, so that's where we're headed. Obviously I got some leaks at the seals again. I remember we did replace those when we restored this. Let's see, back cover had a big old crack. My grandfather fixed that, and obviously it's showing its age now. But on that John Deere B out there, I have the Power Troll unit, and gosh, it'd be nice to have that thing going on this. I think that's what's happening, guys. Give you a sneak peek of what's going down the pipe here. But tonight, carburetor. We gotta get this carburetor going. So here we are. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dig out my wire brushes. I did throw some paint on this the other day just to keep it from rusting. So I'm gonna pull out my wire wheels and stuff, and I'm gonna chase every little orifice here, and then all the little ones. I've got some special drill bits that fit down in there. We're gonna clean it up really good. And then the exciting part, brand new parts. I can't tell you the last time I used brand new parts in a carburetor. It's been many years. I'm excited. Look at that, new stuff, old stuff. I just wasn't looking forward to cleaning up all this stuff. So we're gonna make go of it. Floats good. We did test that out the other day. Exciting. So got parts laid out here. I'm gonna get that stuff cleaned up. We'll get a nice clean surface here, and we're gonna start reassembling. I'll probably go ahead and film that. I'm on the edge, guys. I need your advice with my videos. Do you like to watch reassembly, taking apart content, or do you prefer just like, hey, this is what I'm going to do, cutting out, doing it, and saying, hey, this is what I did? I need to know. I want some direction on my videos. I'm trying to make a go of this, and I want to put up some good content that you guys be engaged with. So give me a little feedback, please. Thank you. I almost forgot, guys. Tonight's video is brought to you by Carter and Tom. That's my brother and my nephew. They're thinking about me. They're throwing a little something on the barbecue this evening and smoking it out, and thought I might need a little grub. I do appreciate it. And then I also got to mention too my little nephew Carter, who is the one I got the pigs from. He's like, Uncle Robert, you didn't mention me in your videos. I give you pigs. So I felt bad about that. So yeah, so shout out to Carter. Crazy little boy. Anyways. And then he wanted a status update on piggies. So here's the piggies. So I think what their name was Tron? No. Yeah. And then Little Girl. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I've asked them to make me sides. Everybody's like, what's your pig's names? Pig 1 and Pig 2. So anyways, they're doing good. Looks like they're separated. I'm a little concerned that they're going to still try to get through. I didn't get the mesh put up today. I need to put a piece of mesh in between just to keep them from doing that, and then they can still rub snouts and stuff. So the piggies are doing good. A lot of fun, enjoying them. Can't wait to get some bacon. Ha ha ha. Alright, so I got the tools of the trades out here. I'm getting ready to get dirty. So, plethora of just wire wheels. Get whatever fits in there. I think this one, yeah, usually works pretty good in there. We're just going to use the hand drill. I could get out the electric drill. And then, this is a great tool set too. I think this is a Harbor Freight Special. Just different wires and stuff. So, yeah, we should be able to get going on this. And let's go ahead and see what kind of transformation we get going. Alright guys, I got the carburetor all cleaned up. This is something I recommend, is if you can find these drill bits, they're extended long drill bits, 16th inch and 8th inch. They work really good for these DLTX carburetors to get into the little orifices. So that and the wire brushes, you can see the kind of crap I got out of there. Just worked that, got my vise, I'd set it in the vise and use the wire brush and get things cleaned up. Little brake clean as I did it, to control the dust and kind of work things out. So we got them over here. I think we're about ready to start laying stuff out and get a carb kit put in this thing. Well guys, I've got a problem. This carburetor kit will not work. It's for the wrong model. I believe it's for a G and not a B. I was just looking at Starner's website. Now I don't know why it cross-referenced it to it, but it was obviously, there's something messed up. So I'm going to have to call them and talk to them about that. I'm going to go ahead and package it back up, and we're going to have to get the right kit. Darn it, I was so close. Alright, well, let's see what we can do for Mag Magic tonight. Well, at least we're getting something accomplished tonight. I went ahead and pulled the other caps off and thought, you know, being that like the radiator cap, there's not a drop of paint left on it, I want to go ahead and keep it in good shape, so throw a little paint on them. So yeah, we'll let those dry, and I guess we're going to go and tear into a mag instead of a carburetor. Alright guys, here's the next project. Got a Magneto here, and I think that the coil is dead in it. Been trying to get this one going for a while. This is a C Wyco, and I just cannot get spark out of it. I think it's got a new set of points in there. So I'm going to go ahead and take it apart. I know I've got good impulse on it, but we're going to go ahead and take the impulse spring off anyways and double check it, make sure it's not broken. And then I went ahead and ordered a new hot coil for it. So I think that's what we're going to do, is rebuild this one and hope that we can get it fixed. It's got to be something simple. It's either points on these. I think this one, one of the wires coming off the coil was in really bad shape, and I did put some liquid Teflon on it, but I may not have saved it, so I think it maybe discharged it or something. So, yeah, there we are. That's what we're up to. Let me go ahead and get busy and get this thing taken apart. Alright guys, I don't know if you could see, but I think I figured out why this thing wasn't working now that it's all the way apart. It's apart, we're cleaning it. Hey, it is completely out of time. So, I don't know if I can, let me see how I can set this up for you guys. So, let's see. So the timing mark is right here, okay, and I believe that should be up around right in here. So that's how far off it is, and that's why I've had issues with this one, I'm almost certain. So that'll definitely do it. We're going to go ahead and take it all the way apart and get stuff cleaned up. This is the hardest part, the coil spring. It's in good shape. So yeah, let me go ahead and continue on. Alright guys, let's see what we're after here. So it strikes again. So let's start with the coil. So here's the coil. It's not in horrible shape. This isn't the one I was thinking that I had fixed. It does have a little bit of a break right there, but I think it could definitely be fixed. It's just the sheathing's just coming off the wire there. So I may try to fix that. Now the coil that I got is actually for a X Magneto, and this is a C. So this is for the other one. I'll show you the difference. Oh, how can we do this? So let's do it like this. So this is the X Magneto, and look at the cap. It's all enclosed unit and stuff. So that coil is actually for this one, which is good because I have a feeling that that's what's wrong with this mag, is that it needs a new coil. So this coil could possibly work. But then I've also got a parts mag here, which has the same coil. This is also an X, and it doesn't look like it's in horrible shape either. It has been fixed. This, I believe, is the original coil out of the A, if I remember right. I think I fixed it. I remember doing the sweating of the line there, so could be. So we got some opportunities here. We'll save this for the other one, not a big deal. What I need to do is go through and start cleaning up parts. We're going to start with this housing. It's got a lot of dirt inside of it, and we'll go ahead and just get it all cleaned up and just start working our way through. It's the best thing to do. Everything looks fairly good. The magnets can be cleaned up. There's a little bit of rust on them, so we just want good contact. That's the key thing. So I guess we'll go ahead and work on that. You know, boy, when it's hot outside, it sure don't take long for paint to dry. Look at that. Oh man, now I want to paint the rest of the tractor. I think she once was that color. Faded. I mean, it's been a while. 1995 is when we restored this, so 94, 95. Okay, let's go this on. This is gonna be our accessory tank, or a small tank. Okay, then let's put the new one on right there. I'm happy with that. That's what we've had to do. So, alright, we can check that off the list. We've made progress tonight, guys. Alright, so I just used a little Purple Power cleaning solution, put the parts in, wire or brushed them, got them clean, and I have them drying here. I'm going to go ahead and use a little brake cleaner to get the water off and stuff, and then we should be about ready to start reassembling. So, getting excited. Alright guys, I got it back together. I'm not 100% sure it's working correctly. It seems like one's impulsing and the other one's not for the lug when it snaps through. It's got good recoil though on the one. We're going to put it on the tractor tomorrow. I'm a little tired tonight, so close this off and we'll continue on tomorrow.
So it's a couple days later, and I think where we left off is we just finished rebuilding the Wyco C mag. Still have it here. Haven't put it on the tractor. It's been super hot outside. I haven't had much of an interest of putting it in, try to time it, and pull that big old flywheel to get it turned over. You just, whoops my butt every time. So until it cools down a little bit, I probably won't do that, or until I have the availability to get someone over here to let me hook a chain up to a tractor and try tugging it a few times to see if we can get started. That'd be the plan. So today's deal, I think what I want to do is go ahead and pull the Wyco X off of the 42B, and let's go ahead and get it on the bench and go through it, and I'll probably film a little bit more of that. The X and the C aren't too much different. The biggest deal is the cap and kind of the way the components are. Same components, just different operations or different layout.
Alright, as you can see, we got our push back outside here. We are waiting for a carburetor kit for this thing. Let's see, it's Friday. It should be here Monday. So once we have that, we'll probably go ahead and get this back in the shop and or rebuild the carburetor and get it put on out here. So what I'm going to do is it's 9/16 bolt, top and bottom. I'm going to remove the Magneto and we'll take it in the shop and work it over. Okay guys, so I just wanted to do a side-by-side comparison of a Wyco C mag and a Wyco X mag. As you can see, there is a little bit difference. Frame style, everything. So cap, main thing is that it's got an external cap that goes to the rotor versus this one that's all internal. So from the coil, it just has a wire that runs straight on down to the distributor, so to speak, or the connectors. So anyway, so this is the one we just pulled off. We'll go ahead and get it mounted up in the vise. Now typically when you take these off, if you're servicing them, you do want to mark what direction it was going. That'll help you get it lined back up. I'm going to retime this one anyways, so I'm not too caring about that. We'll go ahead and tear into it and see what we got. Alright, so we removed the cap. Everything looks good inside there. Here's what the inside looks like. So what we have next is the rotor. It's off. Okay, got our points, condenser, and coil. Now, I'm not too sure about this coil, that's why I went ahead and ordered a new one, but I'm going to go ahead and take this thing apart, and we're going to step through it today. I see a little bit of corrosion on it, and just not sure about it. I just want to check the whole thing out. If I'm going to put a coil on it, I might as well check the rest of the wiring. So let me go ahead and work on getting this taken apart, and it's not too bad. There's 2 screws that hold the coil in right there. There's 2 that hold the condenser in, then there's 2 that hold the points in. Undo that, that's the main connector for the points. This one actually has one of the external switches wired into it. I see some corrosion on it. So yeah, we're just gonna step through it and see where we get. Alright, let's see if we can get you some good footage here of what we're gonna do. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove the connecting point for the condenser, the coil, as well as the emergency kickoff switch that gets wired into like a toggle switch on the dash. Used to have a toggle switch on it. I think the toggle switch is still in the frame, but I haven't used it. I kind of like shutting off by feel. It just makes it feel that much older. So we'll just kind of get all these terminals off. Where you at? There you are. Okay. All right. And this condenser wire is feeling a little bit busted up too, or the coil wire. Next, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and pull off the point, and again, that was 2 screws for that. Let's get our pick and pick that keeper off. There's a little O-ring, our little washer. So we get that off. There we go. Points are loose. Now we should be able to take the contact off. Just lift right on up out of the base there. Okay. Alright. Point rail. There's another washer in there. Top washer. Okay. Alright. There's that. Let's go ahead and take the condenser out next. There's our condenser. May try to replace it while it's out. We can test it too, see if it's any good. Let's go ahead and take the coil out next. Or one coil bracket has the ground wire for the coil right here. Just flip that up out of the way. Okay. Now we get the bracketry off. Said I am no pro at this. And the honest to God truth is that if you're really interested in learning how to do this, Steiner Tractor has an affiliation with a gal named Rachel, who's way cuter than I am and very intelligent. So I've learned a lot from her, and I'd recommend going and visiting that video on how to rebuild these. So what we have, there's the coil. You can see it goes in like that. It's got a crossbar that comes out. Okay, and it just slides in just like that. Note to self, the bottom flange goes down. Okay, and that crossbar is pretty rusted up. We're going to definitely be cleaning that up. Coil wise, I see a little bit of corrosion on the end here. Right there. There we go, guys. I don't know if you can see that on camera. That is probably why this thing was not working. So the wire is completely bare and was rubbing right up against the ground. So hello, there we go. We'll tell you what, we're going to note that, we're going to fix that, we're going to put this on the shelf. We got a brand new one, we're putting it in. How you like that? Okay, so looking at everything else, the magnets inside are pretty toasted too. I'm not sure if they come out on this one, but we definitely will need to clean them up. Let's go ahead and take off the safety switch. Let's get that out of the way. We're going to clean up this whole deal today. So I think the next thing is we're going to go ahead and remove the coil spring off of this. Usually you don't have to, but the reason I'm going to is because I can see that magnet's in pretty rough shape. Now the hardest part of this whole thing is the recoil spring that's underneath this plate. They could be a bear to put back in there. I'm curious about this one. I mean, I've got good recoil on this one, so I think it's still good. But yeah, so usually if you lift them up just like that, kind of walk them out just a little bit, the dogs will catch on them. Okay, look at that. The our recoil spring is still in really good shape, so we'll keep it in there. On these, there's I think 1 or 2 dogs or drives. There's our drives. Okay, so we'll note those. Drive, washer, plate, fly magnet, or fly with a bushing in the middle. Okay, and this plate should come out. Another thing is on there. So what we're going to do is, I think that if I undo the timing screws, that whole thing will come out, and then we could take it apart and find out why it's being so stubborn. Now there is stuff falling out of this, so I know that there's a bunch of debris. So that could be it. It's just so yucky inside there. We're going to note the timing. So top of the mag, this dog ear here, there's actually a line on this plate, and it goes to the second line on the housing. So we know we're all good there. Like I said, this has always been a strong mag. You know, I used to do slow races with this tractor, and what a slow race is you get the tractor running so good that you can idle it down to where it just acts like it wants to die, and then it gets another fire and keeps on going. So you do that, and then you put it in gear, and you just get it crawling as slow as you can, and the last one across the finish line wins. So kind of fun, tractor games. So alright, we got that plate undone. Let's see if we can knock that shaft through this way. So this is all I'm doing, rubber mount and this in there. There we go, it's out. Alright, so I don't know if you can see inside there, the magnets are pretty gunked up. So definitely cleaning them is going to help. Yeah, so we got the housing. There's no need to take these off. In fact, these screws here are one-way screws, so they're supposed to go in, and then you've got to fight them to take them out and probably replace them every time. And that just takes out the housing. I think I'd clean it up without that. Usually there's a bushing in here that you'd want to replace. If I had one, I'd probably do it. But we're going cheap on this, guys. Stuff gets expensive way too quick. With it, what we're going to do is we're going to soak this stuff in some purple power. Maybe there's some grease and crap that needs to get in there. If nothing else, I can get some bars across there and hammer that down and probably get to bust off there. So let me go ahead and get set up with the purple power tank, and we'll let this stuff soak. Alright, so I got the tank moved over here. Let's see what we're going to put in it. First thing is the whole armature unit. It's going in. Base. Nothing in there that's going to get hurt. Let's throw it in. Okay. Let's throw the spring coil in, and we're going to re-grease this or re-oil it. Okay. The bar, we know we're going to be cleaning that up. Let's throw it in. And I think, you know what, we could do these too. These are pretty grimy. So let's go ahead and throw that stuff in. You know, the cleaner we get this, probably the better it's going to operate and the easier it's going to go back together. So we'll let that stuff soak for a little bit, then I'll get the wire brush out and the toothbrush out and clean all the parts off, let them dry, and then we'll get this thing reassembled. Alright, it's been a few minutes here, so let's go ahead and start with the housing, and let's kind of just clean her up. I just got a soft brush, a parts brush. I'm just going to go through and get all the grease and grime off of it. Okay guys, that's 100 times better. I'm going to just set that aside, let it dry, and then again we'll use brake cleaner once it's dry to kind of get all the yucky stuff off of it. So just go part by part and clean it up the best you can. Okay, this one we will hit with the emery cloth and clean that up a little bit more. Okay, that's 100 times better right there. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to let this dry for a little bit, and I'll get out the brake cleaner and give my hose off, and then we should be about ready to start reassembly. Let's go ahead and set this out of our way so it doesn't make any more of a mess. Okay, so we are all set up here, ready to reassemble this thing. I'm just going to swing you guys around, get an idea as to what we got going on. Let's go something like that. So I got all the parts laid out here. I have gone ahead and put parts cleaner through them, got them all cleaned up. We're ready to go. Base is looking good. I ran some emery cloth across the magnet surfaces, and yeah, we should be good to rock and roll. So we'll start with that. We'll start with the armature. There's no reason to take this plate off. I'm going to go ahead and leave it on. Let's go ahead and put a little lube on the lobe. Okay. Maybe in the hole a little bit on that bushing. We should be able to shove that right on in. Right on in. Okay. Then because this is a left-handed mag, we got to take this plate, put it on that side. We're going to go second line in. Okay. And then we can go ahead and screw that back down. We don't want that plate coming undone. That is the main timing to the mag. Put that plate on. It is directional. Okay, there we go. Now what the instructions say is put one there, and then one off in here. Make your life easier. Okay, and then what we need to do is we need to go put this lug clear over here. The magnets will come out, so you got to clear the magnets. We are down, not too bad. Go ahead and put that 3/4 inch nut back on. Okay, spring pops out. Good lug. Yeah, okay. We got good power there. This thing's got some great recoil. So we're good on that side. What we do now is go ahead and put it on here. Let's go ahead and get our new coil in. We've got her right here. Small wire is the ground. Big wire is the lead. Okay. Okay, so just like that is how we're going to go. Let's put it the other way. Should be just like that. Got our wires up out of the way. Let's go ahead and get our clamps on there. Good there. We'll just kind of run that along the edge. Next thing's next. I think we'll go ahead and put this kill switch back in. Just kind of inspect it. I want to clean up this bolt. It's got a bunch of corrosion on it, so we'll get that cleaned up and go ahead and put it on through the unit here. Okay, so I got it cleaned up. I got the button back through. We will have this part to put on. I think it's going to be easier to go ahead and put the point contacts on. We can go ahead and set the set screws for those. I think the next thing is we'll go ahead and put the other point on there. Let's go ahead and get the condenser put in. Now, here's the old condenser, here's the new condenser. I think it'll work. I don't know why the size difference is. I don't know if it's X versus C. If we can clamp it in there and there's plenty of room, we're going to go ahead and use it. Okay. Alright, so the fun part. All these wires have to line up. Okay, so what we have the condenser wire that needs to go in here, we have the coil wire that needs to go in here, and then we have the shutoff switch that needs to go in there, as well as the points. So, yeah, fun. Got a washer that goes on top here. We gotta get points set now. It'll be 15 thousandths. Okay, high lobe. Okay, that's in there. Things looking good there. Let's give the lobe just a little bit of oil. Next, we're ready for the bug. The bug tips don't look too terribly bad. We'll just give them a freshening. Alright, cap. All the contacts look good. We should be able to just put that on there. But for now, we'll throw this on. We got some good spring tension, which is awesome. Alright, looks like we got a X Magneto rebuilt. Good impulse. Alright, nothing special to this. What we're going to do as well is go ahead and just put it in, and then we will time it and see if we are 180 off as well on this one. Got her on there. What I want to do now is go ahead and get her timed there. We don't need to hook up the cables for that. The way that you do that is we got her pretty much up and down. It's going to be pretty doggone close. So what we need to see is this. There's a timing mark right here. Okay, and then there's a timing mark on the flywheel impulse right here. So this needs to line up with that mark. And we click. Yep, look at how close we are. I think she can go forward just a little bit. See if I can get you guys back up here. So I'm just going to tilt it forward. Okay, I think we're closer. There we are, dead on. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to see if we're 180 out, where we're at. So we're going to put the plug from this side. We'll go ahead and hook both these up, and I'll show you why. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to put it against the block. Okay, so it definitely popped right there. We got good spark. We hooked up the other plug, so let's go ahead and test it out as well. Guys, we have like excellent spark on that. We are good to go there, minus a carburetor. So when we get our carburetor kit Monday, we will get that put in here, and we will be ready to rock and roll. I have confidence that this tractor will run. So I'm happy about that. Putting that coil in was the right decision for that mag. I've been fighting it for a while, and like I said, when we rebuilt that that mag today, we saw that the wire was stripped out, so that was probably the root of our cause. Really? Really? Are you serious? You can't rebuild a John Deere carburetor using an IH stool? What are you thinking? You expect this thing to run? Come on, get it together. There we go. That's better. This thing's going to be primo now. Alright guys, so here we are. We got the new carburetor kit all tore apart here in pieces, and the old frame and all the old pieces and stuff. It's time to rebuild this carburetor, reassemble it. Happy with this kit. If you're just tuning in, we ordered the wrong carburetor kit, and how frustrating. It took another week. So, but tonight we should be able to go ahead and get this dude put back together, and I'm so excited. Ready for this thing to be running. I'm pretty sure we'll be able to do it. We just rebuilt the Magneto for it, and we got some awesome spark. So we should be able to throw this thing together, throw it on there, and with any luck, we'll be able to pull it through. And I'm hoping it goes through really good. Little teaser for you. Nice little blister. Yeah, it's not going to work very well for pulling a flywheel. So, like I said, I'm hoping it goes through good. Alright guys, cruising right along. We got the bowl all assembled, ready to go back on. Still got all these parts. Still got this. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and get busy. Start putting plugs and stuff in there. Alright guys, I think I got it back together. I'm ready to put it on the tractor.
Alright, got the carburetor on, and we are ready to go ahead and try it out, see if we got any leaks, and see if it'll start. I'm excited.
Yucky. Okay, she's close. I think I found the plugs out. Blowing by a lot of oil, guys, but that's what we expected on this. If you remember, we had to soak it in Marvel's Mystery Oil to get freed up. Just trying. Okay, guys, I'm gonna pull the plugs and check because I am soaked, so I imagine the plugs are soaked too. Kind of funny here. I'm looking at the exhaust pipe. I don't know if you guys could see it. She's smoking. Still trying to burn stuff off. So yeah, that's part of the issue. Is I think that the plugs just have a bunch of crap on them. It's trying to fire. It's real close to firing. I think if it grabs, it'll go. So. Never had this much trouble. Alright guys, so dang close. I don't know what's going on. I'm tired. I smell like gas, and I think I just need to rest it out for a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do is go ahead and we'll do this tomorrow. Maybe I can get some help pull starting it, and I bet it fires right up. So don't know what to do. My hand's hurting, so don't want to sit there and keep pulling it. Alright guys, it is a couple days later. Slept great last night in the middle of my sleep. Kaboom, got woken up. I think I know why this won't run. I have an idea. Let me show you. So knowing the history of your tractor is an important thing, and remembering what it's done in the past can help you with future repairs. So here's my thought on this. So I know that this cylinder, the left-hand cylinder, is just puking out fuel, while the other cylinder does not appear to have any compression. So being that this thing was frozen, guess what I failed to check, guys? The valves. Yes, the valves. So history with this thing is I've had issues in the past where the valves have always stuck. You know, when we restored this tractor, we did do a valve job on it, new valve guides and stuff, did some work to the head, and you know, it always worked good, but the thing is that the valves would stick again. So I think that I've got sticky valves. When I got this going a couple years ago now, that was the issue. As soon as I got the valves freed up and kicked it off down the road, the pump started working, made an oil mess all over the driveway, all that fun stuff. So I think what I need to do is go ahead and remove the valve cover, and let's look at those valves and see what we got going on. All right, so carburetor is off. Now ready to remove the valve cover. So much easier. Yep, there's something going on here. Okay, there we go. See a little bit of water condensation at the bottom of it. So that's what I was a little concerned about. So I can see right now this last one, yeah, I've got movement and the valve is hung. So this valve is the one that we're looking at, the last one in line here. And as you can see, it is not moving. It is frozen in place. So I gotta get that freed up.
All right, let me grab a tool. What I'm gonna do is try to move it back and forth a little bit, see if I can pull it out, push it in, all that fun stuff.
All right, it did not take much to break that valve free. It was just hung a little bit. I pulled it through a few times. We got great oil pressure here. You know, it's that's how it works, is it pumps it, puts it across the rail. So coming out both sides, I have had issues with that in the past, and so that is one thing I wanted to make sure was happening. So yeah, we're good. I think I'm ready to go ahead and put the valve cover back on. We'll get the carburetor put on, and if you guys would do me a favor, cross your fingers. Let's see if we can get this thing running here. All right, I think we're ready to see if this thing's camera shy. Cool, man. Well, she's close. Need to find Justin now.
Yeah.
The reason I turned it off is because I see oil coming out of the exhaust pipe.
Is that what was dripping right there? That was an oil leak?
All the splatter is because it was frozen. I had to use marbles to free up the pistons. And so that first run is really rough because as it builds compression, it puts all the fluid and stuff that's remaining in the cylinder right against the spark plug or the release. So it'll foul out. So,
Okay.
yeah. But a lot of it will burn away.
Yeah, as you
just
just run it. Yeah, it'll clean itself up.
Yeah. And then the rough idling is just all the adjustment. And that's where it takes time.
So you have to start it this way every time. There's not an ignition.
No, this is the old school.
So it's such an old tractor. Yeah.
All right, as you guys saw, we got it running. The reason I killed it so quick was I noticed that it was dripping motor oil right through here, the pipe. So I didn't want it to get too hot and possibly start a fire. But I wanted to investigate why it was doing that. And I think I found out why. So obviously, because we soaked the cylinders with oil to get it freed up, there's going to be some of that going on, but it seemed like it was excessive. So what I found is this. So I thought I'd pull the air cleaner bowl, and the air cleaner bowl had yucky oil in it, a lot of water. It definitely was contaminated. So I think it was a little high, and it was sucking oil up into the system. So so I went ahead and removed that. We got it cleaning right now, and then you know, we'll put some fresh oil in there. I'd kind of like to let the filter element, so there's stacked screens in here. I'd like to get as much oil out as possible. So I think I might try to run it without that for right now and just see what it does, see if we can get the oil to stop from there. The other thing is I'm looking at the carburetor. We got a couple little leaks, nothing bad. I'm not going to touch it right now, but I may need to pull this out and put some thread compound on that. And then it looks like it may be seeping a little bit around the drain plug as well. So, but other than that, everything else looks good. I was glad to hear it start up. Yeah, I think I'd kind of like to move it maybe to the garage, and then we can continue on.
Alright guys, so she runs. Yes, we got her. So a couple things. So I went ahead, the oil bowl, I went ahead and cleaned it out, got some new oil in, got it put back on. We're good there. The carburetor is hunting, and when I say hunting, what it's doing is it's seeking for a position to operate in. So I think that's the load adjustment. I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to go hit the books and do some research on that. I could run it and then just try to find it, but I think I'd rather see where I'm at with that and learn something in the process. So happy with that. I know I definitely need to probably wash this thing. There's a lot of oil up in here, up above the fan shaft and stuff coming like out of the exhaust pipe. So I think what I'm going to want to do is probably work with the carburetor a little bit. Let's see if we can get it to run a little bit better. And then we're going to move this thing down and give it a good bath and clean up all those things. Careful not to expose our mag to water and the pipe to water. I need to find a better sock or something to put over that thing so water doesn't get back in this thing. But yeah, I'm glad we were able to save it. Like I said, down the road, I look forward to restoring this tractor again. Kind of a heartfelt thing, because got a lot of memories restoring it the first time with Grandpa, and Grandpa's no longer around. So yeah, we'll go at it, and I'm sure we'll have just as much fun restoring it the second time. Thing I look forward to. This thing was caked with grease last restoration. I spent hours out there with the scraper scraping grease, and I probably won't have to do a whole lot of that this time. I'm thinking probably a good sandblasting, and we'll be ready to rock and roll. So looking forward to it. So all right, well, that's going to end this video. We're going to get this out to you guys so you guys have some content. It's been a couple weeks, and happy with it. Thank you.